Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for Sept of the Howling Winds, wherein Binary has had at least one talk today that she would have honestly rather avoided, but it is what it is. She's going to catch up with her anyways. So she is moping her way back to where the various Get are, where they hang out, or in this case, where Lena hangs out because fuck it seems like as good a place to start as any. So she'll come kind of clumping up the path, headphones on, jacket tossed over her arms and held just in front of her.
And she was see Lena sitting out on one of those, the deck chairs, used for like sitting down in. She's smoking a cigarette, reading. She is in, again, tank top, shorts, combat boots. You can tell she is trying to adjust to this fucking warm weather because from Russia to California is quite the change.
There will potentially be a mild grit, especially if she gets closer and sees the book that she's got propped
She
up.
is reading. She is reading Computers for Dummies.
So yeah, she'll go ahead and trot herself right on up to the cabin, I guess, if it's on a park.
It's like, yeah, I think they're set cabins from what I was looking at, like kind of like mini houses.
Mm-hmm. And she'll reach up and plunk the headphones down around her neck while simultaneously slipping a hand into her pocket and pulling out the phone to pause her music. Hey, is Cole around?
She'll look up and like immediately really realize Binary is looking at her and will put down the book like very carefully. So just in the vain attempt that Binary does not see what she's reading, which is probably fucking fruitless. But she will look up as she takes a drag from her cigarette. No, and I think he's probably doing patrol.
Fuck it. I'll tell him later.
Any I think I should know. Or do you want to tell him first?
Yeah. It's not a big
Just
deal.
She's just not an understanding. I'm not going to push.
And she'll go ahead and kind of amble over. Is there a would you say there is a porch?
Yeah. She's just sitting. The way you kind of sit out in the deck chairs. You know what I mean? Like you put them out away from the porch. So I'm assuming there's probably a porch behind her.
Oh, okay. So she's not even up on the porch.
No, she's out by the grass. She's basically enjoying the sun, but just still trying to get used to it. She figures if I get a tan, I should be fine. It's that type of thing.
Yeah, and she'll just kind of come over and plop down on the grass beside her. So I was a dick.
Yeah, you are. Takes a drag.
I wasn't trying to be a dick.
You sounded like it.
I was just trying to kind of make light of the fact that I'm scrawny.
Uh-huh. If you weren't Cole's friend, I would have caved your fucking nose in.
Yeah, that's why I sat outside.
That was probably a good idea. Takes another drag. I mean, I could do it for you now if you wanted.
And she kind of brings up a hand over her nose because, that would totally help. Oh, no, I like my nose.
It's a nod. I could kick you in the stomach.
Would you stop being mad?
My older brother, Calhoun, used to say if I used to make fun of him that hurt his feelings, he would trade me with a punch of his choosing. So pick the body part. I'm letting you pick because I'm nice. Takes a drag.
She kind of deflates a little. And thinks about it and what would hurt the least. She's not sure anything hurts the least. Everything always hurts. Why do they always have to punch her? I'm pretty sure anything besides my head is gonna hurt about the same. Please don't punch me in the face. I hate that.
Okay, stand up then, binary.
And she goes ahead and starts pulling herself up. Kind of sets the jacket aside.
She'll put her cigarette in an ashtray and put the ashtray in the book and will stand up, very spry, and we'll look at binary and kind of like saunter from side to side. Do we have a scene thing going? Fuck it, I'll just throw one here. Scene.
Oh, I didn't set up anywhere. I didn't think we were gonna be rolling.
I got it. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Magic. And she will badoosh.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's 4. Ones don't take away in this venue because that's 1 damage.
Oh, really? Jesus.
Yeah, it's discord damage dice. What do you expect?
I expected a lot worse with that many successes.
It's discord damage dice. It's.
And she soaks it handily. Thankfully, she
you
doesn't.
You just get a knee in the belly. It's not the greatest of hits.
Yep, she meets this oncoming doom with every evidence of kind of dread, and admittedly is startled all the same as she's yanked into the knee, and gives kind of a woof, and will almost immediately shove herself back, kind of try to get a little distance, kind of shove herself out of kick range. I thought you said a punch.
And Lane's going to be a bit bold. Take aim. 1, 2, 3. Plus 2 is 5.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the face.
She soaks 2 of it. That's still 3.
Yeah, so poof,
Yeah, it's still loud enough to or heavy enough to, of course, as is the case with Binary's poor nose, there's like the audible kind of crack. And she recoils a couple more steps and, puts her hands up to her face, eyes full of tears again because it fucking hurts, blood pouring down her chin, and just kind of stumbles back and onto her ass again.
Lena will walk over, pick up her cigarette, take a drag. My other brother also taught me every body part I picked, he'd hit me in the place I didn't want to hit the most. Takes another drag and looks at her expectantly, like waiting for the binary pout. Or scream or wail.
Oh, she definitely put out a yipe on contact. And she's just sitting there for the moment, got her knees kind of pulled up and her elbows on top of them, and is just holding her face.
How you doing, binary?
I'm gonna roll willpower. Nope, that's a fail.
Go for it.
Yep. She probably had her jaw kind of clenched and is, shedding some of the tears because your eyes fill up whether you like it or not when your fucking nose is broken. And yeah, how you doing, Binary?
Waits expectantly, taking a drink, taking a drag of a cigarette.
Doing a lot better if you hadn't lied.
I did not lie. I just didn't reveal the whole truth, technically. So it's more like I held a bit of information back.
You didn't hold anything back. You said I got to choose where I was getting punched.
And I gave
and then
you what my
kneed
brother
me and
also.
punched me in the pit. At least I told you not to.
Yeah, my brother used to do that to me the whole time.
There's no lie of omission there. That's just lying.
You do know what I was about to say. I'm binary.
I didn't assume that made you a liar.
You chose to believe. Not lying. It's more of a
It's lying. It's flat out. That's the definition of lying: is saying things that aren't true.
Well, you can't in battle. Can't choose exactly where you want to be hit. So you have to prepare either way.
I was trying to be nice because I was a dick. Now you're a dick.
I'm a dick. Really? I hit you, and now I think we're even. Problem solved in my mind.
Maybe if you'd done it the way you'd said you were gonna. No, now you're just a dick. Fuck.
Why am I a dick?
Because you lied.
I'm a ragabash?
That doesn't necessarily mean you lie to people you're supposed to be friends with. Jesus. What's wrong with you guys?
I held the truth back because it's a lesson.
You didn't hold the truth back. You lied.
I didn't lie. I did not tell you certain things. I let you choose. But my brother also taught me that when I choose something, he's going to pick the opposite. And the very last thing I wanted, he would hit me with. I did the same. And I made the exact same pouty face you're making.
I get to choose.
It's a drag of a cigarette.
And then that part's lying. I could give you the knee. You just didn't tell me you were going to do it. Okay, you're still a dick, but at least that one I can't call you a liar on.
So what? I was going to prepare you for something you weren't going to like? That's no fun.
It wasn't supposed to be fun. I was trying to apologize.
And you've apologized, and I accept your apology. I just did it my way.
She just pulls herself up, kind of tries to, swipes her palm under her nose to wipe off at least some of the blood. And then just kind of, fucking smartly marches over to snatch the jacket up. And turns like she just has every intention of leaving.
Really, you're going? But who's going to show me the computers? I even bought a manual. She lifted up her hand, like the book.
She just pauses mid-step, turns around. That book has enough in it to teach you the basics of using a computer. Hell, it probably even touches on the internet. Meanwhile, I tried to do something nice, and you were a huge dick, and now you want me to do something nice for you? Again? You might need me again, because you didn't say you wouldn't.
She'll stand up and, put the cigarette out and walk over very calmly, putting her hands behind her back.
Oh, she will keep a certain distance. She'll start backpedaling if she has to.
And we'll put her face forward. Well, then hit me.
That doesn't just make you not a liar.
I'm a liar now, am I?
Oh, you're going to get mad about it this time instead of the last 20 times.
No, it's just I find it very interesting that you don't exactly know how Ragabash works.
You're supposed to use trickery to the advantage of the nation and the sept, not to punch kids.
And from what I hear, you give a lot of lip to everybody and you need to learn. So, what would your reaction be? Is, well, you get to choose the binary. No, binary, I'm going to punch you in the face because you need to always expect the unexpected. What would you have done? You would have done the, but Lena,
This
she
wasn't a
even does a
lesson. It
mocking.
was an apology. There's a difference.
And I'm trying to teach you. Is that such a big deal?
I didn't come here for a lesson. I came here to apologize. Which is better than most people get when I sass off. Shit.
Fine. Whatever then. Kind of get up a bit. Kind of awkwardly stand there. Yeah, cool, whatever then. I bought the computer so we could, whatever. You can just storm back awkwardly,
And
awkwardly, and pick up the manual and look back at her. I bought the computer manual so we could spend more fucking time together. There, stupid fucking, fucks it across the fucking porch, and storms back inside.
well, that at least surprises her. She just figures she wanted to learn so she wouldn't look dumb, but huh. And she'll she storms in and Binary's left there kind of still she is sulking something serious. But kind of staring after the book. Where it has landed, pages akimbo.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll at least go over to retrieve the poor book. It never did anything to anyone. And she'll kind of look around and finally just walk over to the porch, half expecting Lena to come flying out the door again, to be honest. And
she does. She does actually. She comes barging out with beers in her hands and just sits down, plonks herself sulkily down on the fucking thing.
She comes slamming out again as Binary's reaching out to just gingerly slide the book on the porch. Oh Jesus!
It doesn't even realize Binary's there. He's just storming past and sits down.
She misses out on the flail then. Yeah, she slams out and starts to stomp down the stairs again, and Binary gives a fucking. She actually yelps, "Oh Jesus!" as she comes, pounding out the door, and very hastily pops the book on the porch and backs up.
And she just sits there grumbling. You can hear her muttering in Russian as she's trying to open the bottle, but the bottle won't open because she's too mad. If you get me, the bottle opener. Kind of you see her blushing more and more red, and she finally gets it open, takes a drink, and then just sighs, folds her arms in the most sulkiest posture ever.
Does the cap go flying?
Yep.
She considers where it tumps into the dirt and kind of wanders over, scoops it up, and gets it between her fingers. And while she's sulking, she's gonna try to snap the cap at her.
Okay, go for it.
That's 2 successes. Hey. She's not even paying attention. So it'll clink probably. I mean, it was only 2 successes, but and probably not her face, but she's got a lot of open skin, so it probably just sharply smacks into her shoulder and bounces off. It's not hard enough to really hurt her. It's just ping, essentially.
For the laws, I'm just gonna make a roll of Dex Athletics. Let's see how bad Lena flailed. Oh, she's alright. She jumps up and spills the beer all over herself, but she doesn't fall off the deck chair, and looks down, looks up, at Binary.
And Binary proceeds to shrug. I feel better now.
There is a glare for a minute, and then she just breaks out into laughter. Wipes herself. Very funny.
What? It's
Feel
better
better?
than getting punched. It was way
Right.
funnier.
She like, makes a face. And like, are you gonna come over? You're gonna stand across the lawn sulking at me.
I don't know. You were the one sulking a second ago. Reach over,
You were
snag the
sulking more.
book.
You were sulking more than me.
Uh huh. You
Uh
gave
huh.
me more time to do it.
Whatever. She kind of like crumbles, as she takes it, like, finishes the rest of her half spilled beer. So we talked to Dazzles.
Yeah?
Yeah, Cole was vouching for you.
What do you say?
He was asking to take responsibility for you. And if you got in trouble, he was wanting to take responsibility for that. She wouldn't let him.
Of course not.
He
Be too
cares about you.
fucking easy.
He cares about you.
I don't know. Pretty sure I'm just a giant pest, but he's really nice.
You're not a pest. Bit of a bitch, but not a pest. Smirks a bit.
Yeah, bitch is better than pest.
I'm one too, so you're fine.
Yeah, I noticed. She drops the book on her lap.
He grins back at her. Well, one recognizes each other. I don't have as good a pouting face as you, though. I got to work on that game.
That's because you look like a damn adult. Adults don't pout.
I'm cuter
At
than you
least
anyway,
not
so
well.
whatever. Just grumble,
Huh?
grumble, grumble. I'm
Oh,
cuter than you anyway, so whatever. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Passes her a beer.
and she'll take it and will not struggle for like 5 minutes with the fucking bottle cap opener. She will, in
Besides,
fact, like, kind of just to be an ass, will take it and, pops the cap, but, like, does a really stupid and needless little, like, finesse hand move afterwards, like, ta-da, essentially.
she's immediately, she's immediately flicked on the nose, like, you know.
Fuck. Rubs their nose.
One thing you have to learn. One thing you have to learn about Get is we solve everything through violence.
Yeah, you
Particularly
also,
later on.
like, I'm pretty sure you, like, punch instead of hugging. Like, you punch instead of
Oh God.
crying. You punch instead of everything. It sucks. For me, anyways. I mean, you guys can be
Cole
all
seems to
hard
hug
ass
you.
about it, but
Cole hugs you a lot.
that's because he's not a jerk.
Oh, I'm a jerk.
She takes one really, like, that kind of comically, dramatically long step back. Where you really stretch it out and just pulls her other leg back. Maybe.
Why am I a jerk?
I'm going to refer back to the kneeing me and then punching me in the face.
I've got more force done to me.
Well, I'm sorry your life sucked. I mean, mine have to suck.
Yeah, my life is just peachy. Rolled my nips up.
I didn't believe that for a second, just as a statement. Jesus. But she can at least minute sub to try to pull it off.
Yep, 2.
Well,
not the best.
she says it very flippantly. Binary's not going to believe that, considering.
Binary. One lesson we ragabashers learn is to when to say things and when not to say things. I think you need to learn that lesson pretty quickly.
Working on it.
Work harder. She'll look at her quite firmly, Because for your own safety, work harder.
I mean, the last one wasn't even supposed to be mean, and I apologized.
It comes
usually.
Out. It's how you say it and the way you say it. It comes out that way. You're a theurge. You're meant to offer wisdom, not condescending. Thank you. I couldn't even say that. But yeah, just smile. Thank you. And I think you taking your anger out on everybody is not really fair, particularly Cole.
I don't take it out on him.
But he's paying the price for your bouts.
I haven't even
Or at least
talked to
he,
anyone else.
yeah, well, he feels responsible for you, Binary. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm just saying you need to be more aware.
And she finally flops back into the dirt. Well, she'll actually go ahead and, make back up that ridiculous step back she did and flop back down. Take a swig out of the
She like
beer.
slapped the she slapped the fucking seating desk up beside her because she's sitting cross-legged on it. And like, sit up here if you want that type of slap.
Oh, yeah, she'll climb up. No, I just...
You just gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful, sweetie.
I mean, I used to be quiet, but I don't know.
I'm not saying go completely like silent and never speak again. I'm saying use this as you like put her finger on Binary's head before you start using that, and she points at the mouth.
I'm trying.
I know. That's why I'm not telling you your shit. I know you're trying. It's just you're gonna be in a pack with Cole and Abel, maybe me. What you say will reflect on us as well, as just as much as what we say will reflect on you.
I hate this place.
To give her a smile, everyone says that when they're a cub.
All we did was like talk about how sooner or later I'd get Clea, then we'd leave, go stay in the city.
Well, you guys can still do that.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping you. It's just gotta grind through. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but till then I'm holding everyone back.
I very much doubt they think that.
She reaches up and kind of combs back the bangs.
One thing about get offenders, if you annoy the shit out of us, we'd tell you to fuck off. We put you in the dirt. You came back, we do a lot worse. Has Cole ever done that to you?
No, only when I was talking shit.
That's a talk shit, get hit mentality. Has he ever told you not to come back?
No.
Has Abel?
No.
Have I?
Not yet.
No. So there you go. You gotta stop being hard on yourself, kid.
It's hard not to be.
I know. But you can't let another person's... Just stop. Think. You can't let a dead man's burdens weigh you down.
And she kind of squints at that. The non-existent hackles go up, as it were. He wasn't hard on me.
I'm not saying he was hard on you. I'm saying you feel guilt. I'm saying you're taking that guilt onto yourself, onto your shoulders, when it's not going to do you any good except drag you down further.
And she stares at her. Like,
that grief is always going to be there, Binary. But to let it consume and let it take hold, I know it's not been a long time, But the Guru Nation doesn't have a long time.
And she just kind of locks her jaw. And ends up dropping her eyes.
Say what you want to say. You don't have to worry about rank here. As much as it does irk me that you're a bit lippy, but I want you to be honest.
It's not something bad.
Doesn't have to be. Doesn't matter if it's bad or good. I'd rather you say it.
And she kind of reaches up again, kind of deflecting, puts her hand up and runs the bangs back again. Then, of course, immediately flop back in her face. Everyone keeps talking about how I'm supposed to be doing my part and I'm supposed to be responsible and I'm going to have to keep people alive, and I was right next to them. Like, right before it happened, I was right next to him.
Yeah. Remember that story I told? Remember that story I told you about my one? When I was becoming a Cleith?
Yeah.
Do you not think I don't feel guilty for his death? He told me to run.
But this is supposed to be my job. This is the only thing I'm supposed to do.
And you can't. One thing you have to learn, and she'll turn and face her directly, that you do what you can. And unfortunately, not everyone will come back. But you do your damnedest. And there's always going to be that guilt. But you have to carry it. And the way you carry it defines who you're going to be. And right now, you're going to burden yourself, you're going to burden Cole, and you're going to burden Abel, because you're not going to ever let go of that guilt. And it doesn't mean you're letting go of the memory. It means you're letting go of the just think, the wound, the infection that's lingering around the wound. The wound itself will close. It will always be there, but right now it's infected.
How am I supposed to pretend it's okay when all people do is talk about how that's the one thing I'm supposed to do? And then I mess up and they're like, oh, well, you know, it's not your fault somehow this time, even though that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Could you have predicted what could have happened?
I should have walked out with him.
And now you'll learn, won't you? What are you going to do the next time someone walks out when they're on their own?
I just thought that in Krynos, I shouldn't have.
And what are you going to do next time?
Not staying inside.
Not. That lesson will always be imprinted in your mind. It's a harsh one, Binary. But it'll always be there. And you now know the price of making that mistake. It's a hard lesson for Cub.
And yeah, she continues to kind of try to distract herself, but when she tips her head back up to take a swig out of the bottle, it's pretty clear that she's started tearing up again. She hasn't started crying yet, but
We need to do something about those bangs. She'll scoot over and kind of brush them out of her face for her.
like what?
I don't know, find ways to some way to clip them back when you're doing things, because you obviously look like you're getting annoyed every time it goes in your face.
I don't have any clips. I don't have any money.
Like, get you some. I could get you some.
And she kind of looks up, like, searchingly for a second. And, yeah, she starts to kind of get back from that edge, finally. That'd be pretty cool.
If you want, I could show you how to mohawk your hair.
Yeah?
Yeah. Some of the people back home, they used to grow their hair out really long, shave the sides, so they have one big long mohawk and a big long tail down the back. Like braided.
She kind of grins. Like Guru or just the kinfolk?
Both.
Did it stay that way when they shifted?
Occasionally.
And yeah, she's distracted with, like, it's a small grin and it's kind of a weak grin, but it's still pretty fun to sit there and imagine someone in Krynos with a giant fuck off mohawk.
She just smiled at her. Like I said, Binary, you gotta work on that. You should point to little teardrops in her eyes.
Yeah, but you're
Do
not
that.
everyone.
Which pin? I'm not everyone.
You said not to do it in front of them. You're not them.
Fair point. At least you're actually learning. She'll smile at her, you know.
Using my noodle.
Good. I'm glad. Because as much as, you know, you do irritate me, you do grow on people.
Like mold. It's a problem.
Nah.
You should probably get an antibiotic for it.
Probably. She'll smile and take a swig.
Slightly larger. Still a little weak, but still slightly larger grin.
Do you want to go on my Harley?
Yeah?
Come on then. You know, she'll put the beer bottle down and we'll get up and walk over to her leather jacket, fish out the keys, you know.
And yeah,
Unless you want to sit here sulking, you know, she's like tosses the keys up in the air and starts walking.
She kicks back the rest of the bottle, blinks a few times afterwards, and yeah, scampers after, still holding her jacket, and finally probably just whipping it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And yeah.
Scamper.
And yeah, she will show her Harley, and we'll do basically circles around the parking lot with her, you know, letting her sit on her lap.
Yeah, that's a new one. That's a bit of a change, just because there's only so much room on the front of a seat generally, but she's travel size.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a whole world of like, holy shit, because yeah, she didn't usually get this good a view.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, afterwards when she, like, you know, sits her down on it and she look at her, what you think?
It's fucking awesome. Love bikes.
When you get a bit older, I might get you one.
You're just gonna spring for a whole bike?
I'll get you a little one or a sidecar. She grinned at her a bit. One thing we do need to do about you, Binary,
What?
Missy.
What?
She pointed at her arms. You're too skinny.
I'm not skinny, I'm scrawny. It's totally different.
You need to bulk you up. Smiles at her.
Little frowny face, little frown. Yeah.
You start eating meats, you know, working out, lifting weights. Too skinny.
I'm trying.
I'll tell you what. Do you want to come back to mine? I'll throw in a movie. I'll get popcorn. I'll read more of that computer book and you can watch whatever you want.
Yeah, I just gotta Go back. Like, when it gets dark.
Cool. I understand. I understand.
Then yeah, she'll nod and go ahead and hop off the bike.
Yeah, then I'll park it up and give it one last rev just for her own satisfaction, and then we'll walk hands in our pockets back to the house.
Pioneer will follow along in a better mood than she started in.
Lena will, if Binary lets her put her arm around her as well. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, she won't
Just
stop
try
her.
it. She chance it.
She
There you
chances
go.
it.
Yeah.
She does it in a good enough timing that she doesn't get any protests. Not even like the teenage like. She did just get to ride a Harley.
I think
She can't be but so mad.
I think that's a good place to end it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
For that, we will say thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching, and we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Or part no, God damn it! 7 Hollywood's fuck.